Even the worst day can be completely turned around by an unexpected act of kindness. Whether you benefit from a stranger's thoughtful gesture or you see an opportunity to help someone and step up, these moments can be special and powerful. Today, we'll be looking at 7 acts of kindness that were caught on camera. Every Halloween, children all over the country go out trick-or-treating to gleefully collect as much candy as possible. But in 2019, 8-year-old Jackson Champagne of Maryland stood out from the crowd when his sweet act of kindness was caught on home security footage. Jackson, dressed as Dracula, approaches the next house on his trick-or-treating journey alongside his mom and adorable younger sister who's dressed as Minnie Mouse. When he reaches the front door, he realizes the candy bowl that's been left out is already empty. Instead of just moving on to the next house like most kids would do, Jackson takes action.
Oh no! There ain't no more candy! No more candy? Oh no! Jackson! Aww, that was really nice, Jackson. We're still right. Okay. We're next kids. There we go. Danielle's like, nah, I want that one.
This young boy doesn't think twice before diving into his own stash of candy and filling the bowl back up for kids who will visit the house after him. Jackson's mother was touched by his sweet gesture, and so was the homeowner, Leslie Hodges, who posted the evidence to Facebook. Her caption read, "Caught this on our Nest camera. This has got to give hope to everyone that there are still amazing people in this world. What a selfless act from this little guy." The video quickly went viral and Jackson became a Halloween hero. When the coronavirus pandemic hit, everyone was impacted, but life was made even harder for those who were already sick. This was the case for one young girl in Oakland, California, who was undergoing chemotherapy treatment on her birthday in April 2020. The girl unfortunately could not celebrate with her friends or family by her side due to the pandemic restrictions. Luckily, a selfless act from a nurse caring for her made it a birthday to remember. Kneeling by the patient's bedside, the nurse sweetly serenades her with a cheerful, heartfelt rendition of Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday to my wonderful newfound friend. Happy birthday to you.
The girl's happy laughter as the song ends is proof enough that even a simple act can make a huge impact. In January 2016, one generous man turned a simple ride on the New York City subway into a heartwarming moment of human connection. 23-year-old Joey Resto's act of kindness was captured on a cell phone video by a fellow passenger on the downtown A train. Joey had noticed a homeless man sitting across from him on the train. In the middle of a New York winter, the man is shirtless. Joey walks across the car and offers him the shirt off his own back. But he doesn't stop there. Joey carefully and patiently helps the man put the shirt on, then walks back to his belongings to get another gift, his beanie. Joey's instinct to help a fellow human being in need is a beautiful thing to watch. He later told ABC News he also invited the man to accompany him home for a warm meal and more clothes, but by the time the train reached Joey's stop, the man had fallen asleep. Joey said of his act of kindness, "It just came from the heart. I don't know how anyone could have walked past him and had extra clothing and not given it to him." In April 2018, a mall shopper in Salvador, Brazil, witnessed a beautiful act of kindness between complete strangers. In the mall's food court, a woman named Laurinha Victoria saw a disabled man being fed his lunch by an employee at the Girafas fast food restaurant. The video she took shows the employee patiently using a fork to place food into the man's mouth bite by bite.
Que gesto lindo desse menino, viu?
The man, who appears to have limited use of his arm, asked Laurinha to collect his food from the counter when it was ready, but the employee was already bringing it over to him at his table. He selflessly sat down with the man and took the time to help him eat. Laurinha uploaded the touching moment to Facebook, where it reached millions of views. The employee was later identified as 17-year-old Wellington Bruno de Oliveira Sacramento. The Girafas communication team later told the media, "We're very proud to have a person like that in our organization." Laurinha's caption called the act true charity and a beautiful thing. We definitely agree. Heroes come in all shapes, sizes, and species. When a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck the Philippines on October 15, 2013, a dog's selfless act of kindness was caught on CCTV. As buildings begin to violently shake, panicked people can be seen running into the street. Among them is a small dog who's also afraid and fleeing, but instead of following the humans to safer ground, he makes a surprising decision. The dog turns around and heads back into the building it just ran from. Security cameras inside capture him hurrying in and out of frame. When he returns, his reasoning becomes crystal clear. He bravely went back inside to help another dog who was likely too afraid to move during the terrifying event. The canine friends then head back out of the building together. This courageous pup risking his own life to help his pal shows the true beauty of friendship. When facing a serious illness, it is critical to have a strong support system. In November 2017, a family in Brazil made the ultimate show of solidarity with a woman battling cancer. Cell phone video shows siblings gathering at their sister's front gate. In a beautiful act of kindness, they've all shaved their heads to support her, as she has lost her hair from chemotherapy treatments. The family excitedly gathers outside the woman's front door, eagerly waiting for her to see their thoughtful surprise. In the spring of 2018, 28-year-old substitute teacher Bruno Rafael Paiva was experiencing some problems getting paid. In the midst of a contract conflict, he had been forced to start sleeping at the Balbina Viana Arias State School in Brejo Santo, Brazil. In the 3 months Bruno had worked there, he had grown very close with the students, but he never imagined what was waiting for him when he was called in to cover a class on May 15th. As soon as he enters the classroom, Bruno is brought into a game called Hot and Cold with the class, who guide him toward his desk where a small box is waiting. Bruno is overcome with emotion when he sees what's inside. 400 Brazilian dollars the students have collected after hearing about his struggle.
Já fizemos.
Eu acho que a gente tá com uma salva de palmas, não é?
Each student had contributed $10 to help Bruno with living expenses until he received back pay for several months of teaching. As happy tears fall from his face, the students rush in to hug their beloved teacher. Bruno said of this generous act, "I felt so protected by the students I love. This day changed my life. They are the strength in the world that I want to see, and they gave me the belief I needed to continue in my work." Sometimes the most valuable lessons are not academic. We hope these stories warmed your heart and reminded you of all the good in the world. Do you have a favorite memory of performing or receiving an act of kindness? Tell us about it in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to see our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.